Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks with me and Mr. TB the Bear, everyone's favourite bear, and of course the Lewis Hamilton ultimate fan. Ultimate fan, yes. I can't see why. Can anyone out there see why? No? No, I don't get it either. Anyway, how are you this week, TB? He's very excited for Canada because he thinks that Lulu's going to do very well indeed. Very well indeed. Well, saying that, let's go to the F1 news, which I just looked at before I came on here. And they are all talking, excuse me, about Mr. Lulu Hamilton. And here it is, everyone. Top stories. Lewis Hamilton adjusts his approach ahead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari driver, says lots of people are trying to retire me. Really, Lulu? No. No. As he confirms contract until at least 2027. Oh no. Oh yes. Yes. It's happened, everyone. It's happened. Lewis Hamilton revealed he has a Ferrari contract until at least the end of 2027 as he hit back at critics. Oh, Lulu. Oh, Lulu. Lewis Hamilton says a lot of people are trying to retire me and confirmed he has a contract with Ferrari until at least the end of 2027. Hamilton joined Ferrari at the start of last year but struggled in his first campaign in 2025, failing to finish on a podium for the first time in his career across a season. The 41-year-old started this season well, claiming his first Ferrari podium at the second race in China, but has lacked pace compared to teammate Charles Leclerc at the last two races in Japan and Miami. Hamilton signed a multi-year deal with Ferrari, but the length of his contract was unknown. However, he suggested ahead of this weekend's Canadian Grand Prix that he is at least on a 3-year deal through to the end of 2027. I'm still under contract, so everything's 100% clear to me, he said when asked about his future for next season. I'm still focused. I'm still motivated. I still love what I do with all of my heart, and I'm going to be here for quite some time, so get used to it. Lulu, with some balls. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? What are you doing, Lulu? Lulu. There's a lot of people that are trying to retire me, and that's not even all my faults. I'm already thinking of what will be next and planning for like the next 5 years, but I still plan to be here for some time. Hamilton is the most successful F1 driver of all time with a record 105 wins and 104 pole positions, but is yet to add to those numbers at Ferrari. The 7-time world champion was also asked about how he defines success in an intriguing press conference in Montreal on Thursday and revealed he doesn't think about his record. From the outside, world results are what people call success, but I think internally for me, it's just progress. If you're progressing, then you're succeeding. I don't really put a lot of pressure on myself, he said. I've always said I'm really grateful for the records and those sorts of things, but they're not things that I ever think of. It's the things I think of is every day, how I tune my brain. Ultimately, I'm really focused on. You can tune yourself to believe what you want, and I'm always trying to work on my inner self to program myself to be moving forwards, not looking what's behind me. It's part of the journey, but not necessarily the most important thing. The important thing is how you're getting up. It's how you're pushing forwards and how you're trying to evolve. And just looking forwards, just always looking forward and never looking back. After a disappointing sprint weekend last time out in Miami, Hamilton said he was not going to use the simulator ahead of the Canadian Grand Prix as part of his change to his approach. Hamilton has used the simulator at Ferrari over the last 18 months, more compared to his 6 seasons at McLaren and 12 seasons at Mercedes. He did not use a simulator at Ferrari's factory at Maranello before this year's Chinese Grand Prix, where he had his best weekend so far in red and was on the podium, which is partly behind his thinking. Hamilton explained, since last year I used it every week, and more often than not I've felt you do all the work on the sim, then you get to the track, you find a setup that you're comfortable with, you get to the track and it's everything is opposite. So when you're undoing the things that you've learned. Some of the ways you've approached the corners you have to shift and adjust. The setup that you felt was good on the simulator is not the same at the track. Sometimes it is, so it's kind of hit and miss. I just decided for this one, I'm just going to sit it out and focus more on the data. So there was just a lot of deep diving through corner balance, mechanical balance, corner approaches, brake balance, optimising the brakes, which have been a problem for me for some time. That's led to like really good integration with my engineers. So it's not a tool that I'm never going to use again. I think it's something that for sure we'll continue to utilise, particularly on power deployment. Most often, what I've done for the last 6 months, you'd go in after the weekend and you'd work on correlation so that when we run it again, but then you'd go to the next track and be slightly off sometimes. So we'll see how this weekend goes. There you go. Lulu has spoken, everyone. Everyone who wants him to retire, it's tough shit because he's going to be here at least till the end of 2027. So there you go. I know a man on YouTube right now that is probably ecstatically happy about this news. Ecstatically happy. Yes, yes. And I guarantee now there'll be at least another 150 videos made before the end of the 2027 season, when Lewis Hamilton may announce his retirement. Or he may do a Fernando Alonso and sign a new deal for maybe 2 more years. And then he'll be about 45 years old by the time he is finished. Now, of course, it's all very well Lewis saying that, but of course there is the clause in most drivers' contract, which of course is performance related. So Lewis can very well say that, oh, I'll still be here until the end of 2027, and I don't doubt that he won't be. The problem is if he underperforms, not this year, but maybe next year, or if he signs another contract with Ferrari for an extension, in 2028, if he starts to underperform, then the team themselves can actually invoke that clause where, his performance level is not up to par with maybe his teammate. So if it's still Charles Leclerc at that time, and then they themselves could decide not to sign Lewis Hamilton for the following year. So I can understand in a way what he's saying about, I'm still here till the end of 2030. And I have no doubt that he won't be. He had a difficult first year with Ferrari, but that goes for quite a lot of drivers, to be honest. At Ferrari, they always seem to have a quite bad first year anyway. So it's not unique to Lewis Hamilton. But as I say, as the years go on, we could get to the stage where his performance is actually called into question and not the fact that, I'm still going to be here for a very long time. So we will see what develops in the years to come. But anyway, to all Lulu Hamilton fans, it's great news that will be here next year for 2027. Yes, fantastic. Fantastic. I can't wait. But there you go. Right. It's time to get to all you lovely people out there in the comments. Let's see if we got any. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Once again, we are chocker full of walla of comments. Here we go. Here we go. Hello Shane, welcome to the stream. He says, I bet it's going to be talks about what F1 looked like the last time it didn't race in the Middle East if the Qatar and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix get cancelled. Yes, well, if you see on the news over this week, I do believe a nuclear power station in Abu Dhabi was actually attacked. And with that news, I think I can categorically say, let's get rid of my my intro video here. And we'll get rid of that as well. There you go. I think I can categorically say that with that news, it's pretty much for certain that we won't be finishing Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. Still trying to negotiate a deal with Iran. It still hasn't happened yet. And the time is ticking. The time is ticking along. So, yeah, I don't think so. Can we please move Brazil to the last round of the championship and have Las Vegas as the second to last? I'm not good on geography, but I'm sure Las Vegas isn't that far away from Brazil, is it? Geographically, anyway. So can we please have Brazil as the final for the season, please? Because that will be a great race to finish on. Really will. We do not want to finish on Las Vegas. For cock's sake. No, 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 no. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. Welcome to the show. As Mr. Failrace says, Montreal, where the T is silent to French-speaking locals. Yes. Yes, indeed. Shane says, we could have seen Formula 1 racing at Igora Drive in Russia if Russia hadn't been invaded. Yes, we could have done. Helium Trophy says, sprint race? Well, that's me out of Saturday. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I didn't even know. I mean, to be honest, I don't look at the regulations at the start of every Formula 1 year to see, you know, what's changed or what have you. So, yeah, I only just saw it on the news and they said, oh, it's Canada and it's a sprint. I went, what? What? A sprint race? Not Canada. Please, please don't do a sprint race at Canada. My goodness. I like Canada. It's a great circuit. It really is. In fact, it's one of my favourites. Canada and Brazil, two of my favourite circuits of all time. I have to say, I love them both equally. But to put a sprint race on, I mean, come on, you're diluting the wonderfulness, the majesticness of the circuit, aren't you, by putting a bloody sprint round on it? I understand this is going to be a thing now where they're going to rotate these sprint rounds around every year. I think it stayed the same for a couple of years, but now I think they're going to rotate them around. Last year, of course, we had the A1 ring was replaced and Spa was a sprint round. And this year we've got Canada. I'm not so sure about the rest of the sprints, whether anything else has been changed. I think they're just doing one sprint round every year. They're just swapping it around for some godforsaken reason. But this year, if it is only one that they changed, this year it is Canada. Yes, and Canada is now a sprint round. God. Hi, TB the Bear, says Shane, and TB says hi to you, Shane. Hello, Mr. Regala, welcome to the stream. He says, here we go, it's time to go racing in Canada. Mr. Plynel Plessy is here. Hello, sir. I was going to watch the All Seasons rubbish, but there's a problem with the playlist. It's not in the correct order. What? What? My playlist is not in the correct order? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Now, I'm very precious about my playlist. So, if it isn't in the correct order, I apologise. All Seasons playlist. In fact, while we've got the time, let's do the crime and let's have a look and see. Now, it may be me, because sometimes just by one press of the button, you can make the playlist go out of order. Yes. You know when you're on the PlayStation and you're looking at your games and it says like games you've most played, and then you get a list of the ones that you've played the most or the ones you played recently, or you can have it as an A to Z list of the games. It's very similar to that when you do a playlist on YouTube. You've only got to press the button accidentally. I mean, sometimes I may have pressed it on my tablet while I was scrolling around. You know what tablets are like, pressing it with your fingers, and sometimes you press the wrong button. I've done that so many times it's not even funny. So yes, it may have done that. So let's have a look at the playlist live right now, because we can't have this in the wrong order. What have we got? There's somewhere there's a button. Loop playlist, shuffle playlist. No. What have we got? One. Oh, part 70. No. What's going on? Why have we got part 70 up there? What's that doing? What's What a part 3? Part 4? What's going on here? What's going on here? What is going on here? What is going... I do apologise. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Part 8. Then we got part 51. What the... What the... And yet the numbers down the left-hand side are in order. Look. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's very weird. That's very weird. We better check this out, Plynor Plessy, because I'll tell you. This playlist is getting near to 100,000 views, you know, this playlist. I'm very precious about it. Let's go to my... Right, let's go to my inner sanctum, which is the YouTube studio. This is the part you don't see very often because we don't show it to you, us YouTubers. Right, here we go. All seasons. There you go. Look, 82,000 views I got on that. We're approaching 100,000. Edit on YouTube, no. Somewhere on here is a... There we are. Default video order, most pop... No, I have not put that as most popular. What are you doing to me, YouTube? No. Date published, oldest... First. Changes saved. Right, that should now be in order. Oh, YouTube. Now, I guarantee you I haven't done that because that's several button pushes. I may have done one button push, but that's several to get to that point. That's not me. That's not me. Right, let's go. Hang on a minute. Let's get myself out of here. And let's go to the shop front, as they say, the shop front store. Yes. Right, what are we looking at now? Playlists. Playlists, all seasons. All seasons. Yes, there it is. Part 5, 6, 7,
Hello
8,
everyone
9,
and welcome
10,
to my F1
11,
All
12,
Seasons career
30,
mode. I've
40,
been wanting
50,
to do this for
20,
absolutely
50,
ages.
20, 30,
So now it's
34,
going to be a thing.
38.
I'm just
It's
selecting
there.
my player.
It's there, everyone. It's all in order.
My nationality, of course.
Thank
and
you
now
for
it's
pointing
time
that out,
for the
Mr.
avatar.
Plynor Plessy.
Yes,
oh,
there's
bloody
no
hell. Hang on.
female avatars.
I've got volume for me all seasons. But anyway, yeah, it's all there. Thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Plynor Plessy, because I honestly wouldn't have noticed that for probably about another 2 years if you hadn't pointed that out. But I am very precious about my all seasons playlist, and I have not adjusted that. So YouTube have done some kind of update, and they've buggered it. They've buggered it. They've buggered it. But it's now back to normal. There you go. The all seasons is saved. Ah, yes. Hate it when YouTube does that. Hate it. Right, let's close that down. Okay, let's continue. Mr. Ugo says Schumacher and Hamilton are the two most successful at the racetrack. Yes. It goes for episode 1, episode 2, then 2, 3. Yeah, I know. All over the place, wasn't it? But that was definitely not me. Definitely not me. That's far too many button pushes for me to have done that accidentally. So YouTube's changed something. Good. Hero says between Mansell and Lafayette. Sorry, Lafayette. Yes, not Latif. Lafayette. Plynor Plessy. Also, I'm here before all the sin. Lovely. Why, yeah, because both Schumacher and Hamilton have won 7 world championships. Great. Lewis Hamilton. Hello, Mr. Will F1. Welcome to the stream. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Yorkshire's most favourite person. Yes, Will F1. Let's have a round of applause for Will. Yes. Yeah, he's so much popular than that moaning Yorkshireman guy. I tell you. I don't know why Will doesn't start his own YouTube channel, you know, and compete with him. He could do his own crawl room. Shane says, what's Sinbad nonsense? Next 5 years, what is he, the Corman? I don't actually know what that means. Corman. I'm sorry, Mr. Helium Trophy. I'm very, very stupid these days. As I get older, my intelligence level has actually dropped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what every person does and ask the AI. What's that word again? Here we go. I can't even pronounce it, so I'm gonna there we go. Here we go. Right, let's have a look and see what that means. I've never actually seen that word before. It's great that you've come on because you've taught me a new word that I didn't even know existed. Yes. Here we go. The Communist International. Oh, I got it. I got it now. As soon as I saw those words, I've got it. Yes. Also known as the Third International, was an international organisation established in Moscow in 1999 by Vladimir Lenin. Its goal was to fight for the overthrow of the international... I can't say that word either. It looks like bolognese. Burgonese. And for the creation of the International Soviet Republic. Origins, it was founded to unite radical socialist and communist parties worldwide following the collapse of the Second International, with the primary objective of spreading the Bolshevik revolution globally. Wowzers. This looks good. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. Right. Let's move on to the comments. Mr. Rugara says, yes, they also have 7 victories at Canada. No one else even has 4, 5 or 6. Planet Placer says, get Madonna on this all seasons. Yes, Madonna. But I've got Madonna written down. I've got a different one for this week. I'll write it down again in case I forget. Madonna. But I have got her written down. But Madonna. I've got a different one for this week because I had to fit in a little sort of one that applies to something that's happened this week. Sometimes I have to do that. If something crops up, I have to slot one in. But Madonna's on the list. Yes. Madonna's on the list. Will says, we get Sinbad nonsense every week. Hamilton PR bullshit, says Will F. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, enough Sinbad now. George of the Russell. Better hope this isn't a clay court. Yes. Shane says, what's Sinbad nonsense? How's he getting up? Has he been taking Viagra? Yes, he has. Not a fan of Roland Garros? Christ, what a load of waffle. If that was directed at me, I take it. I take it. Yes, what a load of waffle. Yes. How utterly... Oh, I get you. It wasn't directed at me. I've got it now. You were directing it at the article I was reading now about Lulu. And yes, totally agree with you. What a load of old waffle. Oh my goodness. I was trying to stay awake while reading it. But I thought, well, I'm going to get to the end of it so that you, the viewers at home, can see how much of a waffler Lulu is. And yes, my God. My God. Him and George Lucas should get in the same room together because I'm sure they could bore themselves to death. Yes. Yes. Hello, Lewis. Did you see Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace? Oh, I did, George. I did, and I loved it. Liam Neeson was brilliant in it. Oh, yeah, he was. Yes, very good, very bloody good. Ah, dear. Lewis Hamilton needs to retire, says Will F1. Yes, he does, but he's not going to. Will, he's still going to be here to the end of 2027. I don't doubt that at all because he hasn't really done terrible enough for the Ferrari to get rid of him. So he will be around for next year. But I think 2027 is going to be the crucial time because Ferrari will be looking at the performance of Lewis very, very carefully next year, I think. So it's going to be a real sort of test for Lewis about whether he's going to, stick around. Personally, I think as he's announced that he's got a contract to the end of 2027, 2027 will probably be his last year. Yes, all depending on how well he does next year. Of course, if he does brilliantly, he might carry on and get another contract for a couple of years, but we will see. Unfortunately, Lewis can complain until hell freezes over that I'm not going anywhere, but there's one problem, and that's what Lewis doesn't seem to want to address, and that is he's getting old. Like we all do. Yes, me especially. He's getting old. It's not a case of I'll be around here for a long time. It's whether he can be around here for a long time. Because if his performance suddenly drops off, and I'm talking about to Sebastian Vettel levels in his last year at Ferrari, because let's face it, that was an absolute disaster for Sebastian Vettel, his last year at Ferrari. Then obviously it won't be a case of I'll be around, for ages. It'll be a time for reflection and time to say to yourself, oh, hang on a minute, maybe now it is time for me to hang it up and retire. So yes, we will see. We will see. The greatest of all time will still be on the racetrack. Shane says, have you done a test, Dave, on that music from the Formula 199? Well, I didn't get copyrighted on it last week, Shane, so I think it's all good. Will says, stop, Shane. Florida says, we are not going to be buying the F126 DLC. I feel your pain, Mr. Lionel Plessy. Unfortunately, I've got to buy it. Yes, I've got to buy it. It's a shame, but I've got to buy it. Basically because of the name of the channel. Yes, if the channel wasn't called this, I definitely wouldn't be buying it. But yes, I've got to buy it. So, yes. Boo-hoo to me. Boo-hoo to me. So I've got to buy it. But I can understand you lot out there who have decided you're not going to buy it. I can understand that. Because if you get past all the blurb and all the look at all this wonderful stuff we've got for you. What exactly are you getting for your 25 quid? You're getting one new track, which is the Madring, which is an absolute horrible circuit, as I've seen other people who have made the circuit already, because these modders are far faster than even Codemasters can make circuits. I've seen some circuits made in a couple of hours. They've made the Madring, and it looks horrible. It really does. So they've done one circuit. Now, let's face it, they haven't had to do a new circuit, Codemasters, since 2023. So they're probably a bit out of practice, to be honest, how to make circuits. So it's been a while for Code. So they've made one circuit. We've got the skins of the cars. Now, they've already admitted that it's highly likely that super clipping will not be a thing in the game. And I can understand that. Because they finally looked at it and thought, well, it is a game where it's not real life. Because if they have super clipping actually on the cars, if we then can take these cars online, which I'm pretty sure you will be able to do, it's going to be really, really gut-wrenching, isn't it? If you're in an online race and you're getting overtaken by the car behind you because you've run out of battery. So I can see that decision has been made. That's a good decision. Because you don't need that in an online race. And at the end of the day, it's a game. It's, they keep going on about it. It's a simulation. It's not a simulation. It's an arcade simulation of Formula One. It's not real because you can, you've got full traction control, which hasn't been in Formula One for donkey's years. So it isn't real. It isn't real at all. So I can understand why they've done that if the super clipping isn't going to be in, because it's going to be, you know, imagine me doing a league race and I suddenly run out of battery and, you know, the car behind me whips. Oh my God, I'll be so annoyed. I'll be so annoyed. So yeah, I can understand that. But let's look at logically. One track reskinned all the cars. Well, they do that every year anyway, so that's nothing new. And the new liveries. Now, I've seen people online bash out a Formula One livery in about 45 minutes. Yes, they are demons, these guys, and they don't hang around. 45 minutes they can bash out a livery. So they've done all that, and they've been working on this since they announced that they were going to do a DLC pack, which I do believe was November the 19th when they announced this. Something like that. Anyway, so they've been working on this since November the 19th. We're now into almost June. So that's November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 5, 6, 8 months. 8 months, everyone. Yes. And we've got one circuit and all the car liveries and the car models in 8 months. Well done, Codemasters. Well done indeed. Now that's what you call productiveness. Yes, productiveness. Now I will juxtapose that by saying that apparently there's only about 10 members actually working on this DLC, because all the rest of the team are working on next year's stupendous rebirth in F1 27, which we will see. It is still using the Ego engine though, but it's a revamped version of the Ego engine. I'm actually very happy about that, because they could have just gone down the lazy route and decided to use Unreal 5, or even like the WRC game Unreal 4, which I think was a terrible decision, basically, to run a racing game on the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine is very, very good, but for racing games, it's just, you know, it isn't there. It isn't there. So they could have just taken the lazy route and said, no, we'll just put it on Unreal 5. They are using their proprietary Ego engine, but it is updated. They've even got a new logo for the Ego logo as well. So that's good. So I'm glad that they're using it, because, you know, they've had those tools in place for the last 15, 16, 17 years. So it's good that they're still going to use it. But it's going to be updated, and the game itself for 2027 has been promised. It is being made from the ground up. Whether this means that all the tracks are going to be laser scanned, no idea. I would say highly doubtful, because laser scanning takes a lot of time and quite a lot of money, because they actually have to send a car to each individual racetrack, and it has to be scanned, and that car moves, I believe, at about 1 mile an hour, and it's got like a, you know, when you're hanging up your shelves and you've got like the laser level, well, that's what it's got. It's got a laser going across the front of the car, and it literally scans the track as it goes, but it's only doing like 1 mile an hour. I believe it takes about 3 hours to do a lap of the circuit, something like that. Very, very long time. So that's very intensive if you want to have your track laser scanned. There are a few laser scan tracks in the F1 game already, so we may get a few more, but whether we're going to get every single, I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that, because as I say, it's very, very specialised thing to do. But it's going to be built from the ground up, so it's going to be all new. I'm hoping the career mode is going to have a complete revamp. I'm hoping they're finally going to get rid of the stupid 10-year career mode, because I've said from day one, why the hell have you got a 10-year career mode? It's completely unnecessary. 5 years is a brilliant structure for a career mode. You start in the worst car for the first year, then you update to something a little bit better. You know, back in the day it would have been something like a Jordan or something like that, or a Jaguar, which would have been, you know, your next favourite sort of car. Then year 3 you start to get into like the midfield car, you know, that's just shy of being up the top there, but it's there. And then you've got year 4 and year 5 when you can vie for the top teams, and then you can really attack for a championship, and it's all over, and it's great. Yes, it's great. I love the 5-year career mode. I thought it was great. 10 years is just too bloody long. And I never saw the point. I never saw the point of 10 years. I mean, how many people have actually gone through a 10-year career mode on Formula One? How many people? Anyone in the comments gone through a 10-year career mode on Formula One? Now, I am actually going through a 10-year career mode on Formula. It's my first one ever, and it's on F1 2016, and I'm now on year number 8, and I'm going to continue until I get to the end, because apparently you get a nice little splash screen at the end saying, "Oh, well done, you were brilliant," or something like that. Anyway, I've never seen it because I've never gone right to the end, but I'm going to go right to the end on F1 2016 because I want to see what happens. But yeah, who else apart from me, because I'm mad, is actually went through a 10-year career mode? I don't think anyone did, because it was just pointless. 10 years, just come on. And the beauty of the 5-year career mode is you get to the 5 years and you think, oh, you know what? I think I might do that again, only I'll pick different cars this time and, you know, mix it up a little bit. And that was great. So you could basically still do 10 years, but it would be different because you'd be starting again from scratch. Once you start the 10-year career mode on any of the current F1 games and you get past, you know, the crap cars, you know, and you get all the updates on, there's no way of going backwards again and, you know, starting from scratch. You've got to basically slug it out until you get to the end of 10 years, and then you could start it again if you were absolutely crazy. Because, I mean, there is probably someone out there. There's always someone out there who's probably on their second 10-year career mode. But apart from those crazy minority of people, who the hell is going to restart a 10-year career mode after? No one. But anyway, yeah, so it's going to be an all-new, revamped career. I'm actually looking forward to it because, as I've said in previous videos, 2027 will be the last all seasons because, yeah, I mean, it's not going to finish in 2020, so it's going to start in 2027. So that's going to take me all the way through until 2028. So the all seasons isn't going anywhere anytime soon. We still got 26 and we still got 27 as well, and 28 probably. So, you know, it could theoretically carry on for another 3 more years. But 2027 will be the last one. So I'm looking forward to it because it's going to give me a fresh bit of excitement knowing that there's an end point. There's an end point to the series, and that will be it. Because as I say, they're going to spend all this time revamping the F1 game. F1 2028 is just going to be a copy-paste of 2027. They're just going to update it and put all the new stuff that needs put in every year. There's going to be no revolution. It's going to look the same. It's going to be basically the same. So I don't see any point in carrying on with the career mode from that point. But it'll be great for me to do it on 2027 because it'll be like a fresh new thing, and that I am looking forward to. We don't the same every week. Oh, hello, it's the Scissor Sisters. Welcome to the stream. He says, hello, Gits. Well, where have you been? Young man? Yes, you missed us all last week. We had a great time, didn't we, lads? Yes. Why are you telling me to stop? How much was the DLC pack? The DLC pack was $24.99. $21.99 if you're on PC, but we don't worry about those funny little people, do we? No, with their little steering wheels. No, we don't worry about those. On PlayStation, it's going to be $24.99 for the DLC pack. $24.99 for PlayStation. I have indeed once again looked on the store, the PlayStation store, and it's still not there. As I say, Sony seem to be very slow to put the stuff on the store for some unknown reason. Very, very slow. But I did look on Steam as well. I haven't actually got Steam, but I did just look on the website, and it's not actually on there that you can actually wish list it yet, even though the trailer video yesterday said that you could, but you can't at the moment, or at least not the Steam I was looking at anyway. But yeah, no doubt it will appear in a few days. It's Friday. It's actually Friday in a couple of hours, but it's Friday soon, so maybe it'll appear there to you can pre-order it on the PSN store. Maybe it'll be there tomorrow, but I'm sure it'll be there in the next few days because, of course, it is out on the 3rd of June, so they haven't got much time to promote it. But yes, it's $24.99 of your Earth pounds for the DLC. Oh God. You say the same stuff every stream, Shane, says Will F1. There you go. And I've lost the chat. I've lost the chat. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? What is going on here? Sorry everyone, I've lost the chat again. This happens every single time. God, there's so many messages. I better get on with them. Stop talking, Dave, and get on with the messages. Right, okay, I will do. I promise I will. Right, here we go. What same stuff is that? Mr. Regard says, Paddock 69 is officially the greatest of all time until fuck knows when. Yes, he is indeed. He is indeed. Can you also look up Sinbad Marina on Google Images, Dave? I can, Shane, but I think I'll get ritually sacrificed if I do. Will says no, Shane. Bob says, nurse, he's out of bed again. Let's continue. DreamWorks Marina. Why are you saying no? Hello, Mr. Caledonia F1. He says, whoops, I'm late. Don't worry. I'm always late. The winner from last week has walked in. Why are you laughing when mentioning DreamWorks Marina, says Shane. Also, Shane, can you talk about something else? Something like the All Seasons. Yes, let's all talk about the All Seasons. Yes. I've just done it for the last 5 minutes, in fact. Get Tom Bellingham on this. Oh, Tom Bellingham. Yes. Let me write him down as well. With my pen. Have you seen my pen, everyone? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Right, I got these off Amazon because I finally ran out of pens after about 10 years. Right, you remember a pen, don't you? Let me see if I can get a pen here. Here's a pen. Here's a proper pen. Look, 007. James Bond. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Okay, this is a pen. Look, James Bond. Remember it? Remember in GoldenEye? With old Alan Cummins? Remember that? I am invincible! Yes, that one. Do you remember that one? Look, so here's a pen. Look, how do you activate a pen? You go like that, don't you? You click it down once, and then I'm trying to get it to camera, and the knobby bit comes out the end. That's what she said. And then you click it again, and the knobby bit retracts back inside. That's what she also said. But yeah, that's a pen, isn't it? Yeah, pen. Click it, and it comes out. That's how you do it. Right. So I bought these pens on Amazon. Look, see? Cheap bit of crap. £3.85, I think it was, for 5. And so I got my pen, and I pushed down the clicky bit. I went, oh look, there you go. The thing's come out. So when I finished with said pen, I went, what's going on? Why does it not retract anymore? And I went, oh blimey. These pens are so cheap that all you can do is press them down once, and then they're permanently stuck in that arrangement. That's what I thought. But no, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the case. Because I'm now going to reveal to you the miracle of science. Now, I'm pretty sure someone from NASA probably invented this. But watch this. It will amaze you. Pen. How do I get the clicky bit to go up? This is how you do it, everyone. Are you ready for this? Q 2001 music. Dun, dun, dun. Dun 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 dun. What the bloody hell's all that crap about? You have to push that bit, and there's a little notch inside, and it pulls the bit back up again. But my next question, ladies and gentlemen, is why? What What was so fundamentally... I'm trying to get him in camera shot. What was so fundamentally wrong with this? It's a simple enough design. Look, clicky, nib comes out. Clicky, goes back. What? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. But what's worse than that? Someone must have sat down in R&D one day and gone, you know what? I'm going to reinvent the pen. Yeah, I'm going to reinvent the pen. Because it needs reinventing. Yeah. There's not enough other things that need doing in the world, you know. Stopping war, curing cancer. No, forget about all that rubbish. I'm going to reinvent the pen. And there look, inside there is a little knob. Yeah. So 3D printed, obviously. And there it is. There's now your pen. Absolutely crazy. World's gone mad. Anyway, Tommy Bellingham. I completely lost my train of thought then. Tommy Bellingham. My performance last time was horrific, says the sisters. Now, come on. We need to address this. He did actually send me a message and say that he wasn't happy about the last time he was on because he thought he didn't come across very well. Now, as you know, we do not judge people on this channel. Okay. Now, what you got to remember is, yeah, look at me. Yeah, look at me. I put myself out here every single week, yes, for people to laugh and ridicule me. And they really do, lots of times, yes. So, yes, enough of this nonsense now. Enough of this nonsense. We will not stand for this nonsense anymore. No. Will says, Shane is being very annoying. Blind Place says the Hookster should definitely watch Top of the Pops tomorrow as it's got Emma Bunton and Jerry Hallowell. Did I say that pervy enough? Jerry Hallowell. Or should it be Jerry Horner? Yes. Soon to be back to Jerry Hallowell. Ian says to Plynal, hasn't he been on already? Will says, take TB's clothes off. Oh, Will. Mr. Will, you've got to stop this obsession about TB being naked. I mean, you know, you've got to stop it now, Will. You've got to stop it. TB's fine with his clothes on, okay? He's fine. Why are you telling me to talk about something else? Damn, dude, because why not? Get Kid Wild on this. Oh, Kid Wild. Oh, lads, I got to tell you. When I was a young man, it was a thing one day, you know. I was a young man once. It's a long time ago, but when I was a young man in the 80s, Kid Wild. Oh my God, yes. Yes. Oh, yes indeedy, Mr. McGreedy. Kid Wild, yes. He says it's like a broken record. We're the kids in America. Oh, we're the kids in. Oh, yes. She was what you'd call back in the day. She was a top bird. Yes, she was a top bird. A top bird. She was. Oh, Kim, she was great. If I press that one, will that go down slowly? No. I thought it would go down slowly. It didn't go down slowly. It went bloody too fast. Now I've got to try and find it again. Oh my God. Oh well, it's worth a try. Here we go. Kids in America. I remember that one. And then there's that Cambodia track. Yes. Hopefully the 2026 regs continue to be as good as they are. Well, thank you, Mr. Regard, for that alternative take. I like it. Shane says, so I have a feeling that this is going to be the first year since 2003 without a race in the Middle East. Yes, you're quite right, Shane. Hello and welcome to the All Seasons Crypt. What was that one I used to do? Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. You remember that one? I did that one for quite a few years on the All Seasons. And then I think I just forgot it. Will says that 2026 regs are shite. Well done, Will. Well done. Isn't there an option to sort the plays out by the episode when first upload? Yes, there is, Plynal, and I've sorted it, mate. I've sorted it just for you. Just for you, Plynal. I've sorted it out. There you go. Live on the channel. The stream has ended as he's off to fix the list. Yes. And Noise can continue climbing up that list. 2026 regs are not regs. No, he's definitely not climbing any list. Citizen says YouTube are trying to cancel Dave again outright. I know, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. As I say, I'm very precious about that All Seasons playlist. Very precious. I do like to check it, quite a few times. So I apologise that I didn't check it recently and seen that it was out of order. But as I say, that was definitely not me. Nothing to do with me whatsoever. That is far too many button pushes. Even if I'm half asleep, I wouldn't have done that. So that must have been YouTube. He will take an hour of the stream to try and fix it. Yes. Yes. Hello, Mr. Mod 7930. Welcome to the stream. Hello. I know this is an F1 channel, but I'm wondering, has anybody on here been playing Forza Horizon 6? If so, what do people think about the game? Well, there you go. The question is open to the floor. Is anybody playing Forza Horizon 6? Let us all know in the comments. Of course he would. The GOAT is number one again. Sister says, how did I do last time I was on the stream, by the way? I didn't watch it back because I thought it was cack. I've just answered your question about 5 minutes ago, so there you go. You were fine. Absolutely fine. Mr. Caledonian says, Will's fourth, so no, the GOAT isn't first. Can you also look up Spike and Marino on Google Images, Dave? Yes, I can, Shane. But as I say, I'll probably get ritually sacrificed. Most popular. Lol, Caledonia. Caledonia. Wow, Caledonia's... Look at this. Caledonia's getting all the praise in this chat. What's going on? What about me? What about me? Where's my praise? I need praise. Yes, I need praise. If you don't praise me, I'm going to turn into a Mr. Fix-It. Yes, yes. Mr. Fix-It. Please give me praise. I need lots of praise. Yes. And maybe a little tickle. Can I have a little tickle? No, let's not go there. YouTube aren't impressed with Shane is currently on for minor points. Breaking news. Sisters declares war on Scotland. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's not good. We can't declare war on Scotland. I have to say, one of my favourite films is Braveheart. Yes, Braveheart. If anyone's not seen that film, I suggest you go watch it right now. Not right now, but straight after the stream. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Factually correct? No. Not at all. But it's a good film. It's a good film. And my favourite is Patrick McGoohan. Yes. Patrick McGoohan. Plonpay says, part 70 had a lot of views because I think you were the first person to do a career on F1 2009. I probably was. And I remember those days. Oh my goodness. That was a nightmare, 2009, getting that just onto the screen. Because that was on my old computer, which had no graphics card in it. And it was an old computer from 2014, I think it was. So just trying to get it working was absolutely unbelievable. What a task that was. But I did get it working. And then it started to go really, really weird. And I actually made a post, I do believe, saying, I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to have to cancel this because I just can't get it to work. After I said that, I then went online and there was a very helpful person online, which you do get now and again, who gives you a big long list of settings that you could adjust. I adjusted the settings as he laid out and it actually made it a lot better because I was having chronic problems with frame rate. It was literally like like 5 frames a second, and that, you know, you can't play a racing game at 5 frames a second. It just doesn't work. Okay, but it managed to sort the frame rate out, and I managed to continue the series. And I think I actually went on and did another season, didn't I? After that, I did 2 seasons. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did 2 seasons. So I was very happy that I managed to get it working. I mean, now with this computer, even though it still hasn't got a graphics card in it, it would probably work no problem whatsoever. But back then in the day with my old one, it wouldn't have. It was a bloody pain in the arse to get it working. But I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I put it out there on the screen, because it sort of filled the gap after 2000, after Championship Edition, and before 2010. It was a nice thing to fill the gap in, otherwise it would have been a huge gap in the all season. So yes, I did it, but I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again, because it's just, no, it's too much hassle. Emulation is very, very good, but it's a lot of mucking around. Shane says nearly 9 years of the all season. Yes, it is, Shane. You're quite correct. Nearly 9 years. Now the Hookster have been doing all seasons for absolutely ages. Yes, nearly 9 years apparently. 9 years. Oh my goodness. I actually don't know what I'm going to do once I finish the all seasons. Yes, because that's been 9 years. That's been every single weekend. If anyone doesn't know how I structure the all seasons, I do the editing during the week in like tiny little chunks, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. I get editing. That usually takes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before I finish it, because it's only like in 20-minute chunks. The whole video takes about 5 to 6 hours to make from scratch if I actually sat down and did it all in one go, which I don't do. But like 15-20 minutes, so I get that done, and then usually by about Thursday or Friday, all the editing is finished, and I have actually just finished all the editing. And then Friday, Saturday and Sunday is when I do the commentary, and then stitch it all together and upload it to YouTube. Of course, now it goes out on Saturday instead of Sunday, so I have to make sure it's a day earlier. And then that's what I've been doing for the last nearly 9 years. So yes, once that finishes, I'll be a bit confused what to do at the weekend. So anyway, all things must come to an end. That's what they say. Even your favourite TV show has to finish at some point, you know. Yeah. I always get sad when my favourite TV show ends. I do. I go all depressed for about an hour afterwards, because I'm like, it's finished. And it's not coming back. Anyway, on to important things, say Scissor Sisters. How was my second appearance on stream, you guys? Will says, shite. It was pretty epic, I agree. Oh, hopeless I was. Will F1 going doing his own crawl room. I had a great first stream, then I fell off a cliff like all great one-hit wonders. Minus points for Norris on Will's crawl room for every time Norris speaks. Go Lance Stroll, get that 200 at Barcelona. Moving on quickly. If Lance Strolling gets to 250 races, I will buy F1 90. Oh my goodness. F1 98. Please don't torture yourself, Mr. Caledonia. Don't torture yourself with that game. Please. Why'd you say that? You can get it on eBay for about £3, so it's not that bad. Dave has gone commie. Yes, I have. Get the CIA to take Dave down. Yes, take me down. Yes. Now we want Stroll to get to 250 races, and you show it. Yes, we will. Get Scissor Sisters on the all seasons rubbish. Yes, we should. Ooh. Mr. Will. I've just realised something. I've now got his voice. I'd completely forgotten about that. Oh dear, what a shame. Anyway, we've got a few more to go before that. We've got Madonna and Tommy Bellingham and Kim Wilde, but look out for it. It's going to happen one day. Shane says, can you look up Sinbad carrying Marina over his shoulder on Google Images if it didn't appear on Google Images when you type Sinbad Marina? Okay, Shane. Depends if you mean him or the band also known as Scissor Sisters. Stop with the Sinbad, Shane. Both Blidle. Rubens Barrichello was actually pretty damn good in Formula 1 and he's still driving well, says Mr. Mugara. Shane, why don't you look up Sinbad lifting Marina on your computer? Because I've watched Sinbad Legends of the Seven Seasons. Sinbad does carry Marina over his shoulder. Ferrari can sell shirts if Hamilton stays, to be honest. Bring back the following F1 team, says Lionel Plessy. Pacific, yes. 40, yes. Andrea Moda, yes. Life MasterCard Lola and HRT, the hormone replacement therapy, yes. Yes. Talking about 40, I have got something coming up later. I've almost finished it. I think I've got two more videos to do, but I will be doing something soon concerning the 40 team. I'm not going to say any more. That's it. That's all you're getting. I think Shane looks at something else related to Sinbad and Marie. We also need Super Duper Aguri to return. Yes, Super Duper Aguri. Invented just to give Takuma Sato a job. Yes, to give Takuma Sato a job. Only the classics, Lionel. Yes. Hamilton 2025 was arguably worse than Vettel 2020 when you consider many times Hamilton got knocked out in Q1 and didn't score points. This is true. Why do you think I look at something else related to Sinbad and Marina? I haven't watched the video about the DLC. Is it 50 quid by any chance? No, it's $24.99. The Hookster is wasting money buying the F1 26 DLC. I'm surprised that Madrid was included. I don't think they'd have time to include it onto the DLC. I am surprised as well, but it's there. And yes, I know, I am wasting money buying the DLC. But it's got to be done, unfortunately. Yes. Yes, got to get those views in, haven't you? Let's just say it probably rhymes with Quorn, Shane. Regardless, Tia, the strategy is cooking up. I didn't even have F1 25, so yeah, I can't buy it. But you can, Mr. Caledonia F1, because Codemasters and EA are fault with everything, because you can now buy it. You can buy it as a pack with F1 25, and it's $49.90. That's 50 quid, and for that 50 quid, you get the bargain of F1 25 for 25 quid, and then for the other 25 quid that you just spent, you get the DLC. So yeah, it's an absolute bargain. 50 quid, and you get the lot. There you go. 25 quid by today's standards, that's not actually that bad. It's not that bad, but, you know, as we've discussed, what are you actually getting? Mr. Will F1, Hookster will never retire. You're correct. You're correct. I'm going to put a little thumbs up there. Thank you, Mr. Will F1. Most appreciated. £2 towards the coffers. Thank you very much, sir. You are definitely the number one Yorkshireman in the country right now. You're beating Josh by a cocktat. You really are. Really are. Yes, he's so far down in the pecking order now. It's ridiculous. Yes. Yes, ridiculous. Yes. I'm going to say it. He's less popular now than Peter Suckler. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, that seems pretty decent, says Mr. Helium Trophy. Yes. Will has given the Hookster 2 quid for his chippy tea. Yes, my chippy tea. On top of the pops next week, it's the return of Robbie Williams and also creepy Cliff Richard. Yeah, Cliff Richard. What can we say about Cliff Richard? Cliff Richard reminds me of Michael Jackson. Nothing was ever proved, but whenever you think about it, you go, yeah, not quite sure, mate. No, not quite sure. I have to say that allegedly in case there's any YouTube lawyers watching or Cliff Richard's legal team. Allegedly. Okay, I'm clear now. I'm clear. Allegedly. But it just reminds me of Michael Jackson. It's sort of, I don't know. Just don't forget, Michael was never actually charged with anything. I do believe. Never actually charged. I mean, you know, there was accidentally a huge amount of money that fell out of Michael Jackson's back pocket, and I believe it found its way to Macaulay Culkin just purely by accident. He just walked past him, and this huge envelope of money dropped on the floor, and Macaulay said, "Oh, is this yours, Michael?" No, I got it the wrong way around. He says, "Is this yours, Michael?" And Michael said, No, it's not mine, Macaulay. It must have been yours, mate. You pick it up." And he said, "Oh, thank you very much." But apart from that, nothing untoward has ever happened, as far as I can remember, towards Michael Jackson. Yes. So, even though he's no longer with us, he is still basically an innocent man. Innocent man. Yes. Innocent man. That's all you can say, because nothing was actually proven, was it? I mean, the allegations were there, but nothing was actually proven. That's my take on it anyway. And the sad thing is, back in the 80s, I used to really enjoy Michael Jackson's music, and I still do. You can sort of detach yourself from the person at times, and you can say, "Oh yeah, I'll still listen to the music." But the trouble is, I don't like to listen to it anymore. I don't like to listen to it anymore, because it doesn't seem right. Does that make sense? It doesn't seem right to listen to the music. I don't know. It's a shame, because he had a great musical legacy, and that's basically gone down the Swanee because of allegations that were never proved. Never proved. Anyway, thank you for that, Mr. Will F1. "Well, I won't be joining the money because I'm skint this week," says Mr. Heliotrope. "That's all right, sir. That's all right." "Please find the nearest bridge, Will," says the sisters. Oh, my goodness, Mr. Rugara, thank you very much, sir, for the I got £4 towards me tea tonight. Wowzers. I could afford a McDonald's tonight. I could. I'm going to put a little thank you thumbs up there for Mr. Rugara. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Well done. I just hope the stream doesn't fail before we get to the top fans, or we're going to be in big trouble. Yes. And just like that, Will screams into the lead. "So you will be able to use that music, Dave, at the beginning of the last episode of all seasons. I think that music would fit perfectly when looking at all the F1 games you've done at the end." I should be able to, Shane. Yes, I should be able to. Obviously, that's a long way off, so several things might happen. I might forget it, or I might see something else equally as good. But if I can, I will include it at some point. "Get in, Shane. Absolutely sensational," says Will. "Good thing I've already took the washed up driver route of part-time pundit." "Why are you telling me to get in?" says Shane. "Even without doing that, I was number 2 in the title. I mean, Saye, not Shane." Yes. "What do you mean, Saye not? I'm convinced Shane is a bot account," says Lionel Plessy. Don't know. "Saye has spent $2 to further fund the Hookster's Chippy Tea." Yes. I've got £4 towards the Chippy Tea now. Yes, fantastic. Will says, "I don't understand Shane at all," says Will. "Paddock, sorry buddy, I was not moving like the script. I'm going to take the Massey's former job on the last lap in December. I'm going to call a sudden safety car to allow Saye to get fresh tyres and win." "Yeah, you can afford the chips now instead of the ketchup." Yes, the ketchup. Oh my God. I can't tell you how much I waste in ketchup when I make those videos. I had one a while ago. Was it? Oh, I was pretending I had a PlayStation 5, wasn't I? And I cut my finger and there was ketchup going everywhere. I wasted nearly a whole bottle of ketchup on that. Whole bottle of ketchup, yes. And I went to have my tea one night and I was like, "Oh shit, I haven't got any ketchup." Because I had wasted it all on a stupid video. Yes, a stupid video. "How do you not understand me?" says Shane. "I'll have it wrapped up by then." "Why are you, Shane? What are you doing, Shane? What is Shane? Who is Shane?" "I'm not doing anything," says Shane. "Does Shane exist?" Shane is a commentator on this comment section. His favourite movie is Sinbad 2003. Will says P.S. Luton Rules did all 10 seasons. Yes, he did. But he cheated. He cheated because he simulated it all. I don't simulate any of it. I go right the way through it. So, yeah, he cheated. He cheated. Yes, cheated. On almost every game. Yes, I know. Planope says, I need to do a 7-year career on F1 2010. I wonder if I win 7 world titles. The engineer makes a comment about equaling the number of titles as Schumacher. Well, you never know. You never know. He may do. I think you get seven. The first title might be a stretch because you've got limited options on your cars. So I think it's like the Caterham, isn't it, and the Virgin or the HRT. That might be a stretch in your first season, but once you get onto the second season, I think you'll be able to win all of them pretty easily. Did he post the screen thing? Dave can nick that then. This is going to be one hell of a podium if it holds. With you and Will as suspenders, it sure will. Just needs the Moaning Yorkshireman to turn up, yes, and get 600 XP again. Yeah, since there hasn't been a Formula 1 season without a race in the Middle East between 2004 and 2025 this year, it's likely to be the first race since 2003 without a race in the Middle East. Yes, Shane, absolutely. The top 3 all-time guys get on there. Shane likes talking about the Middle East races all the time, says Will. Finally finished uni this week, says the Scissor Sisters. Well, congratulations. I think that deserves a round of applause, to be honest. Finish university. I didn't get as far as university, so you've got to give me a round of applause. No, I didn't get as far as university. Well, in fact, I didn't basically get as far as very far into school, to be honest. Yes. I used to turn up to school about, I don't know, 11:30 in the morning, and the teacher would say, "Where the hell have you been?" I'd say, "Well, it's open all day. What's the problem?" What's the problem? This school's open all day, and here I am. Yes, I was a right little blugger. Yes, a right little blugger in my youth. I was a right little blugger. Yes. I was very much into the old weight training back in the day. Weight training. Yes, I went to the gym. Yeah, you wouldn't think so now, would you? But yeah, I used to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week when I was a young little blugger. And I used to do a paper round after school, and so we had gym, and then after gym I'd have to go and do my paper round, but I would have to walk all the way home and go and get my bike to then go and take my paper round. So I thought, well, I will take my bike to gym, and then I can go from gym. This is I know this is boring, but I could go from gym and do my paper round. So I asked my gym teacher if I could do that, and he said, "No, sorry, you can't. It's you're not allowed. You're not allowed." I went, "Oh, okay." So I promptly went and got my bike and took it to gym. Yes, Jim wasn't very happy, but but I took it to gym. Then I went and did my paper round, and then the next day I was called in front of the headmaster of the school because I'd been explicitly told that I couldn't do that, and I went against that and did that, and oh my goodness, yes, I had to report every single day at my school because my school was very old school. Yes, for a damn good thrashing every day. Yes, so I think it was 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Yes, I had to report to the headmaster. In which case I had to put my hand out like this, and headmaster had this ruler which was about a metre long, and then with my hand out like that, now I'm only telling you this because some of you are probably thinking, is he taking the piss? No, this was an actual thing. It wouldn't happen these days, but this was actually, and he would whack me with this ruler, which, as I say, was about a metre long, 5 times on the hand. Yes, that was what they called discipline back in the day, and he'd hit me 5 times on the hand, and he did that every day for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, not the weekend, of course. No. That would be called something else if he did it the weekend as well. But yes, for 2 weeks I had to report to the headmaster, and he would whack me on this part of my hand 5 times every single day at 12 o'clock. Yes, that was my discipline for being a naughty bugger and taking my push bike to the gym when I was explicitly told not to. I know you guys are probably thinking, what the hell? But that is a true story and that actually happened because that is what happened back in the 80s. Yes, discipline was a thing. Was a thing. And yes, I got whacked quite a few times during my youth, I'll tell you that. Oh dear. I always had a problem with authority. Now, I just like to put it into context. I've never been in trouble with the police and I've never been in prison. Okay? So, you know, I knew where the boundaries were. But at school, I knew I could, you know, I could stretch those boundaries as far as I could. And so I did on multiple occasions. Yes, multiple occasions. And I got severely punished at times as well. But there you go. There you go. You just said 2003, Shane says Will. Top work. 2003, the last time Jordan won a race. Yes, indeed, Jordan. Wowzers. Dan Tickton bottled it at Monaco, says Will. Is that in the milk float racing, Will? Is that the milk float racing? Yeah, oh my goodness. I didn't see Mona Yorkshireman's video because obviously I don't watch Formula E, so there's no point in me watching the video. But I just saw the headline or something about Dan Tickton and Josh had his head in his hands or something, so I knew something must have gone on. Yeah, I did say 2003. Why you say I just said 2000? And David Coulthard, dang Ticktum. Last one on F1 racing, 2003, Dictum. I forgot he was still racing, says Blood Plessy. It's the most Hakkinen, Barrichello and Schumacher podium ever this. Coulthard, the last Scot to win a race in Formula 1. Ah, David Twat Coulthard. Yes, I love David Twat Coulthard. Yes. Yes, the only man on the planet to suggest that females couldn't be in Formula 1 because they've got the mothering gene. Oh, David. Oh, David. No, David. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. I know some women that could kick my ass to the beginning of next week, my friend. Yes. I don't subscribe to this crap. Women can be just as aggressive. In fact, sometimes very much more. Very much. Have you seen two women fight? Have you seen two women fight? They literally pull each other's hair out by the roots. By the roots. So just imagine what they could do to your dangly bits. Yes. Oh my goodness. No. 2003 was the last time Jordan won a race, and it was the last time Formula 1 didn't race in the Middle East until this year. More like Prost, Senna, Schumacher, says Will, or Alonso, Raikkonen, Schumacher. Get Paul de Resta on this all season's rubbish. Yes. Actually, I'm going to write these down because I don't actually read through the stream afterwards. Paul de Resta. I was actually getting quite low on these voices. So it's great that you guys have come in here and done that because I can write all these down. I've got quite... I need about two left, I think. So well done. Well done. Dan Ticktum. I bet Dan Ticktum's on the internet, isn't he? I bet you he's got something to say on the internet. Betcha. Dan Ticktum. Who else we got? Brilliant pen from Hookster, that. Yes, thank you, Mr. Regard. Brilliant pen. Remember, Dave, you get high quality pens instead of the cheap ones that hurt your hand. I know. There's a lesson to everyone there. Don't buy cheap shit pens. That's what I say. This is a nice pen. I was actually given this about 10 years ago. Yeah, it's James Bond. I think it is actually the GoldenEye one. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I was given this about 10 years ago. James Bond 007. It doesn't say GoldenEye though. It just says... But I'm pretty sure it was the GoldenEye pen. Something like that anyway. So I was given that about 10. I think it was a Christmas present or a birthday present. Something like that anyway. It's a very nice pen. And unlike these ones... which have got these, you know, the ink inside that you can't really replace. You just have to basically throw them in the bin. This one's got like the old Parker pen refills. You know what they look like, these refills. You can actually buy the refills for, which is pretty decent. Pretty decent. Like I say, these ones you just throw in the bin, really. You can't really get the replacements for them. Yes. Yes. Right, Dan Tickton. Was that the last one I got? Yes. Regardless, team fan of resources. Well, it's the first time I've seen your pen, says Shane. Well, thank you, Shane. Get Charlotte Hawkins on this all season's... Oh. I'll tell you a little story about Charlotte Hawkins. I'll tell you lots of stories about Charlotte Hawkins. Charlotte. She started on my local TV news. Yes, that's how she started on Meridian News. She started, and that was a long time ago now, because that's when I used to watch Meridian News, which I haven't watched for donkey's years. She started on there, and I'll tell you what, she was hot, mate. Hot. But you know what makes her hotter? You know what makes her hotter? She's the daughter of a clergyman. Yes. Just imagine that. The daughter of a clergyman. I mean, you know, potential suitors, they've got no chance, have they? They've got absolutely no chance whatsoever. Yes. Charlotte. But yeah, anyway, she started on there, and she was hot, man. Hot. 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 It's the only reason I used to watch Meridian News, to be honest, but there you go. Oh God, Dave was about to spend 3/4 of the stream moaning about pens. I didn't know you had 2 pens today. Yes, I have, Shane. Are you coming on tonight, KD? Get Georgie Thompson, or whatever she's called, on this all season's rubbish. She used to be in the Sky F1 coverage in Twitter, but she left. Georgie Thompson. I've heard of her. Georgie Thompson. Let me write that down. I'm sorry if you can hear some Facebook pinging in the background, but a couple of the lads in one of my group chats, they've just got, what's that called? The Crew Motorfest, and they're going a bit crazy over it. Yes, they've just got it, the Crew Motorfest. I don't know if any of you lads have played it, but yes, they're going a bit crazy over it right now. No, Will. Rumour has it KD is in Houston now. Rubbish, isn't it? Ban dictum. Houston, you don't have high standards for me. Pretty knows me lunch. He's in the White House. Lol, I heard you won 2 championships. That's awesome. How many pens do you actually have, Dave? Well, now, Shane, I have 6 pens. I have my James Bond pen, and I've got 5 of these. 5 of these. Yes. Because I'm old school, Shane. When I do those real race reviews, I get me pad, which is just a load of paper, and I get a pen, Shane. And what I do is I've probably got one here actually written down already. Can't remember. Or I might have chucked it by now. No, I've actually got rid of it. So then I'll write down race start, and all the way through the race I'm jotting down details of what's happened. And the reason I do that is because if anyone's seen any of those videos, you'll see that I show very, very quick 5 or 6 second clips of the real race. So incidents as they happen. And so if I write them down first, when I go through the video, I know exactly where those clips are, because I put lap 42, Stroll crashes again. I might write down. And so I'm then go through the video, and I go to lap 42, and I find the Stroll, and then I cut that bit down, and that's how I do it. But I do that for the whole race. Any incident that happens during the race, and I always say that how many pages I end up with is how good the race is. Yes, how many pages I end up with is how good the race is. So yes, that's how I usually work it out. Or in 10 Downing Street. Did you buy that pen at Tesco? I'm looking at mine and there's no difference. No, I actually bought it off Amazon. I say £3.86 for 5 pens. But yeah, they're probably the same as the ones you get in Tesco's. He probably did, says Will. Amazon, yeah, likely story. Because Dave pushing the pen in and out endlessly eventually causes it to wear and fall out. Does it? Does it? Well, I have heard that there's something else that if you push in and out endlessly, yeah, it eventually does wear out, and that also falls off. Yes, that's just what I've heard happens. Yeah, that happens as well. So be very careful out there, lads. Yeah, that you don't keep pushing it in and out endlessly, or eventually it wears out and does fall off. Yes, there you go. Top tip from Dave. Dave needs his pen so he can write dramas for Esposito. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think a lot has changed in Formula 1 since the last time they didn't race in the Middle East. Yes, indeed, Shane. Oh, I've lost the chat again. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Here and Trophy's a strong competitor, so that he can get someone to translate it into Welsh. Yes. TB Naked. No. Kim Wilde says Planal Plessy. She did the version of Rocking Around the Christmas Tree with Mel. Oh, yes, Mel Smith. Mel Smith. We don't talk about it anymore because this video is a portrait of a disgraced Oh, is it? Oh, God. We know that is, don't we? We know that is, don't we? If you think I would leave you dying when there's room on my horse for you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I did like Mel Smith. He was great. He was great. And a song by that certain Australian man gets a brief mention. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I thought he was New Zealand, says Caledonia F1. I don't think Las Vegas would be a good season final, which is why it's better to switch Brazil and Las Vegas. Yes. TB Naked says Will. To answer that guy's question, I'm still waiting for the PS5 port of Forza Horizon 6, so I cannot. Yes, good point. Yes, we haven't got it on in PS land at the moment, unfortunately. No, it says coming soon, but I do believe that could be 6 months away, like October. Because obviously they've got to sell as many copies as they can on the Xbox, because frankly, you know, who's even bothering with Xbox anymore? So they've got to sell a few copies on there though before they can release it on the PlayStation. This is not the first time it's happened. Now, of course, Forza is an actual Xbox originated series, isn't it? So it's been ported over to PlayStation, but this isn't the first time this has happened. Loads of times Xbox has come in and got stuff early and we haven't been able to do it. I'm just thinking my earliest memory was Toka 2. Toka Race Driver 2, in fact, for the PlayStation 2. If anyone remembers that, Xbox snagged that 6 months before it was allowed to be released onto the PlayStation. So yeah, they had it 6 months early and then it came onto PlayStation, which was a bit of a shame, but there you go. I think we got a couple of extra races by the time it came onto PlayStation though. So anyway, so yeah, they nabbed that. And of course, the absolute heresy, I'm going to mention it because, you know, why not? The absolute heresy of the fact that they stole an hour of Tomb Raider and made it Xbox exclusive. And I've still never been able to play that part of Tomb Raider Underworld because it's still Xbox exclusive. I'm very, very upset about it, but there you go. So that was the second time. And then they went and stuffed us all again with Tomb Raider when Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second of the Survivor trilogy of 3, was actually released first on the Xbox, and we had to wait for PlayStation, I think about 6 months before it came out, and I was absolutely livid. But Microsoft went in there with the big bucks, spent the cash, and scooped it out. Because don't forget, Lara's been a PlayStation staple for so many years. She was exclusive for a very long time as well to PlayStation. And then the greedy Xbox buggers just went in there and scooped her up. And 6 months everyone was playing Tomb Raider on the Xbox, and we had to wait for PlayStation. So yeah, it's not a new thing, unfortunately. But there we go. I think Forza, I say, is going to be out in about October, I think, for the PlayStation. So if anyone can help me, is Forza 5 any good? Because that is on the PlayStation. It's actually on, I think it's half price or quite cheap at the moment, £32 or something. So tell me if you think Forza 5 is any good out there. Thank you. Yeah, because as we know, 2003 was the last time Forza 1 didn't race. Yes. We spit on Forza here. Microsoft scum says, yes, I like your thinking. Yes, we spit on Forza here. Microsoft scum. But if anyone's played Forza 5, let me know, because I might get it, because it looks pretty decent. Caledonia F1 says, Fixed is a man that should stick to snooker. He should do. He should do. Oh my goodness. I could do 4 or 5 streams lasting 6 hours long talking about Jimmy Fixit. I really could. The man is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But I could do a lot of streams, but I won't bore you now. But yes, he is unbelievable. He's Mr. Jimmy Fixit. He really is. Every video is just, my God. It's just incredible. What's more incredible is that he 1 minute he's like ultra left wing and saying that we should all look after each other and stop killing each other, and yeah, that I totally agree with. Yeah, the next minute he suddenly turns into a complete right wing Tommy Robinson, and says that Martin Brundle should be I'm just going to do that. And he says stuff like that. And you're like, what? I'm pretty sure he's schizophrenic. I'm pretty sure he is. Because 1 minute he seems quite logical and quite calm in some of his videos. And the next minute he's halfway to Cloud Cuckoo Land. So I think he's either schizophrenic or he's on some kind of medication, which has varying levels of when it's working and when it's not working. And sometimes when it's not working, he suddenly decides to make a video because, I don't know, he needs to. It's some kind of release for, I don't know. But he's just, yes. As I say, I could talk for hours about Mr. Jimmy Fixit, but I won't bore you. But yes, incredible. You already are Mr. Fixit, Dave. Well, thank you. Caledonia going for another solid finish after his big win last week. What did I win? I thought I was second. You did. Lotus Challenge is the best racing game on the PS2, says Plonald Plessy. Yes, it certainly is not the best racing game on PS2. But there you go. Also, I may have to do an impression of Fixed if Will doesn't say that Norris is the worst champion of all time. Please do an impression of Mr. Fixit. Please do. Lotus PS2. Here we go. Thank you, Mod7930. Forza Horizon 6, brilliant game. The Sony fanboys are in for a treat when it eventually gets released towards the end of the year. Well, thank you very much, sir, for that. Thank you very much. Caledonia says, I remember buying Lotus Challenge for about £2. Yes. That, unfortunately, was probably about how much it should have been sold for when it originally came out. But I think it was probably the usual £30. But yeah, it should have been a couple of quid because it wasn't very good. I don't think I had the full game. I think I had a demo of it. But the handling was absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. In 2007 2008, Hookster took a sabbatical. Some say he spent those 2 years with the supermodels. Yes, some say that, and some could be true. If you can know every other game on the PS2, yes. Interesting that. In 2007, Dave Hook joined ITV F1 coverage and appeared a few times on Countdown's Dictionary Corner. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I like to be on Dictionary Corner. Just talk about how shit F1 is these days. Yes, you're quite right, Mr. Helium Trophy. How shit F1 is these days. It's 7 shades of shite, it has to be said. Formula 1 at the moment. Is it going to improve? Well, possibly not until next year. As I've said before, this is more of a transitional season, I think, and hopefully they'll get the problems sorted out. I've heard they're going to a 60-40 split for the engine power as opposed to the 50-50 that they've got now. I think that will sort out a lot of the problems of the engine, because let's face it, we don't want to hear about engines or anything like this in Formula 1. We just want the racing, don't we? That's all we want. We're not interested in the engines. To be perfectly honest, they could have Husqvarna lawnmower engines in the back. Do we really care? I mean, if they've all got them, it makes no difference, does it? All we want to see is good racing. And are we getting that now? No, it's all artificial. The overtakes are completely fake and false. It's just ridiculous. It really is. We want to see good racing. Now, of course, the FIA stepped in. Mr. Ben Salami has said, oh, it's all right, lads. Don't worry. We'll get the V8s in 2030. That's 5 fucking years away. Are we going to put up with this shit for 5 years? No, of course we aren't. Everyone will have fallen asleep in 5 years' time. That is just a MacGuffin to get everyone to think, oh, well, I'll stick with this for 5 more years, then we'll have the V8s back. Then it will get to 2029 and they'll say, oh, you know what? I don't think we'll bother putting the V8s back. No, we've changed our minds. And everyone will go, you bastards. So, yeah, Formula 1, it's in a right state, I have to say. In a right state. It really is. We need to get back to the fundamental core of watching it in the first place, which is the bloody racing. We want to see drivers properly overtaking. None of this false shit. And as for that bloody interactive or whatever it is, the wings they've got now, what difference is that actually making in the races? Absolutely bloody no. I've not seen a single car use that effectively during any of the races so far. And it's automatic. It's got no control by the drivers, which, you know, I'm not a subscriber to. Give the control back to the drivers. Let's have some KERS back from 2009, which was completely controlled by the drivers. At any point during the circuit, you could turn your KERS boost on. Yeah, that would be brilliant. I think we should get that back. Let's have some more KERS. Yes, all this automatic wing opening. What a load of bollocks. What a load of crap. Who even cares? No one. We want close battles. We want different people winning every single race. That's what we want. Yes, we don't want dominate. Now, thankfully, we haven't quite had domination yet this season. Kimi's won a couple. Was it 2 or 3? So, but that, you still won't call that domination. So I don't think Kimi's going to have every race in the bag either. I don't think that's going to happen. So we're not going to have any domination this year, so it's good. But we want to see other drivers winning races. But most important than that, we want to see wheel-to-wheel racing. It's what we started watching Formula 1 for in the first place. Not all this battery bollocks. We all know why this came into fruition, because all the governments of the world back in they bowed down to the environmentalists. Greta Thunberg. Oh my God. Sometimes I just want to unscrew her head. Yes, and take it off and throw it at the nearest wall. Greta's head. I want to unscrew it. I want to unscrew it and throw it at the nearest wall sometimes. She just drives me so batshit crazy. She really does. Really does. Yes. Every time she opens her mouth, I just my face goes red. My blood starts boiling. Yes. It's all Greta's fault, you know. All of this is Greta's fault. She convinced everyone in the world that the planet's going to explode in 2018. Yes. Then 2018 came along. The planet didn't explode, and she deleted that tweet when she said it was going to explode. Yes. And now, she doesn't care about the environment now, does she? She doesn't give two shits about. No, she's moved on now to bigger things. Now it's all about Gaza and Israel. That's all it is now. She doesn't care about the environment anymore. No, because that was a fad back then. Now she's moved on to the next popular subject, which is Israel and Gaza. That's what it is. So she didn't give a shit back then either about the environment, really. If you look at it like that, didn't give a shit. But who are the people paying for it? Us as viewers, because now we're watching a shitty little load of battery cars driving around the circuit instead of watching a load of V8 cars, which is what we had back in the days before Greta Thunberg came. I think my blood pressure's going up because I'm feeling lightheaded, so I'm going to calm down now. But there you go. Canado says, also, I have all the Studio Liverpool F1 games on the PS2. Fantastic. Me too. He was banned from Countdown after he tried to get with Carol Vorderman. Yes. Carol Vorderman. I actually followed Carol on Instagram, and then she gave me a personal invitation to one of her other chats or whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay. But I didn't even know what the chat was about because I'm stupid like that. So I joined the chat, and now I get inundated with comments because it's all like a big group chat. And I'm like, oh, I really didn't want to sign up to this, but I don't know. I don't even bother looking at Instagram much these days. I don't really care. But I'm like, what do I go and do a silly thing like that for? So yeah, be careful joining group chats. You think it's a good idea, but then when you start getting fans and messages, it's not. Now he tried to get on with Des O'Connor. Formula 1 will be a weird sport with Leclerc as the face. Hopefully Verstappen, Alonso and Hamilton stay for a few more years. That's why they replaced Carol Vorderman with Rachel Riley. Yes, Rachel Riley. Yes. Or at least one or two of them. 40 points with 40. Yes. Formula 1 2026 has been solid. The racing is close, the rules are allowing it, and the storylines are kind of interesting. To warn others not to buy it. Loop over. For the moment. Crazy in love like Beyonce and Jay-Z, this will F1 gaming character. Shane says there are a few examples of what F1 looked like last time it didn't race in the Middle East. Red Bull was Jaguar, Racing Bulls was Minardi, Aston Martin was Jordan, and Alpine was Renault. TMY ain't it? Can't wait for the R. Kelly Oops movie to be released. Yes. I believe I can fly. I can believe I can touch the sky. And I'm just singing this while I scroll up the screen. When he went with Sue Barker, she looked like a teenager. Yes. That was all a little bit, yes. And also, Sue Barker has said that she will reveal all about Cliff Richard when he dies. Obviously, if she dies first, it's not going to happen. But she has said she will reveal all about Cliff Richard when he dies. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, you take from that, there must be something there if she's going to reveal all. She's not going to say, oh, we had a lovely time going to the park for a picnic, is she? She's going to say something. So, yeah, I'll be very interested to see what happens. Yes. Not wishing Cliff Richard to die, of course, but I still just think it'd be interesting. But, of course, if Sue goes first, it's never going to happen. Regawa going for victory now to get his championship somewhat on track. The caterer is back to his usual performance this week. Hello, Matthew7657. Welcome to the stream. He says, where's my Dommy? Well, Dommy, unfortunately, he wasn't well last week. He's had the old sinus drip and what have you, you know, horrible sinus rattling, and he's been terrible. And he went out in the sun and he got a huge rash all over himself. I don't know. He's been in the wars as Dommy. Shane says also Audi was Sauber, Mercedes was BAR in 2003. The last time didn't race in the Middle East. Unemployed Matty says yeah, pretty much. MJ, love to beat it. Oh, I like what you did there. I still prefer the Weird Al Yankovic version of that song. Christ, says Willow. This is hilarious stuff. 7th is still the achievement for a caterer. Cheers for letting me have the leads for a few seconds. F1 2012 car performance tiers were a bad broken last week. Yes. 17th was an achievement for a caterer. Will fixed F1 fix will be created next year. Wonder would the caterer would have had to get up to a week from TMY if he did a crawl rule in 2012. Oh yes. It would have been there constantly. Will is back on 300 points. I had to drop out of film studies because I hadn't the money, says Helio Trophy. Oh, that's a shame. I have to say. That is a shame. I always wanted to do something in film back when I was a youth, but it didn't unfortunately pan out. But yeah, I'm always fascinated by films, sound design, editing. Well, obviously I edit videos on YouTube and all stuff like that. Video. I'm very fascinated by video and all stuff like that. So yeah. Dave definitely got a few whippings by the teachers. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, and sometimes it wasn't confined just to the week. Anyway, Dave definitely, yes, a crash or not qualifier and 1930s. I didn't go to uni, says Caledonia F1. In North Scotland, it's drinking and doing the exams. Yes. Oh, yes. That could also be something else that we mentioned above what F1 looked like the last time it didn't race in the Middle East, which is Michael Schumacher and Ferrari were dominating. A damn good thrashing, says Mr. Yes, that's what I got, sir. That's what I got every single day for 2 weeks. I got the weekend off, so I could dip my hand in ice for the weekend. But back to normal on Monday. Time for Dave to get another damn good thrashing. Yes. You just... Oh. That's my first timer. Which is telling me I'm getting near to the end. A damn good thrashing. You just know Dave wanted that thrashing. Leave it now. Leave it. No, I didn't. It hurt. Well, for the first couple of times anyway. He'd like it if it was some female teacher. Oh, Mr. Helium Trophy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, I'm the type of person who's always a fascination with older women. So even when I was very, very young, I wasn't interested in the girls of my age. I was interested in the teachers. Yes, because they were like 10 years older than me. And oh my God, they were perfect. Perfect. Yes. But I've always been like that. I know once you get to a certain age, like in your 50s, you're supposed to do this thing where you start going out with younger. That's never appealed to me whatsoever. Older women. Yes, older women. That's where it is. Dave loves being disciplined. Oh, yes. Dave was probably the teacher whilst being the student. Helium Trophy holding off Paddock pretty darn well. He probably did, says Will F1. Have to interrupt to bring you some sad news. NASCAR driver Kyle Busch has died at the age of... Oh, wow. Really? Wow, that is sad news. Now, even though I don't follow NASCAR, I do know the name Kyle Busch. Oh, dear. He loved the new Gen 4 Formula E car. Also, there will be something else that we mentioned about talking about what F1 looked like the last time it didn't race in the Middle East, which is Toyota was in Formula 1. And in Glasgow, they start the bull and get the men to do all the dirty work. Then they go to the best kebab and get the gastro. They're going up market these days. Meridian News. My region was north tonight. BBC Look North is much better. Might as well be a eunuch monkey in that case. Mr. Rugara, thank you very much, sir. Another £1 to the Chippy Fund. BBC, bring back Clarkson. Wow. I have hundreds of pens because I keep misplacing them. Same as myself. Bring back Clarkson, report in Scotland. Bring back Clarkson, Look North. Pretty knows me lunch. What, Shane? BBC bloody bastard CUNTs. Yes. Gonna play some classic PS2 games now I have time off. That's all, folks. Let's keep going. Why are you asking what? Play 2001 and win a race in the Prost. Dave's pen fell off ages ago. It did. Caledonia's brilliantly overtaken Panic 69. Pretty knows me lunch. So much for invading Scotland. What does that mean, Shane? What does what mean? Rolf's chat-out line might have been, do you want to see my wobble board? Oh, yes. Shane's a bot account. Pretty knows me lunch. Shane, stop spamming and being a bot account. Why do you think I'm being a bot account? I remember Toka Race Drive for the PS2. It's one of the few games to have Knock Hill in it. Oh, yes. I used to love Knock Hill. That's a great circuit. Great circuit. You keep spamming what F1 was like when there was last known Middle East races, amongst other things. I think you need Jimmy Broadbent's opinion on that. Yes. Pretty knows me lunch. What the hell's going on in this chat? Hi, hello Scott. Bring some gravitas to this chat, please. Hi Dave, hope you're doing well. I know you're on F1 channel, but was Tomb Raider come on here for your second channel or as a Lara Croft F1 series? Just wondering. Unfortunately, I can't do it on here because everyone moans. You know, I did Star Wars Battlefront once, and I got so many complaints. It was unbelievable. What are you doing, mate? This is the F1 channel. What are you doing playing Star Wars Battlefront? So I can't, Shane. I'm sorry. But if I do a Tomb Raider series, I would do it on my second. I've got my spare channel. I could put it on there. No problem. Player Play says, don't bother with Forza Horizon 5. It's the worst one in the world. Oh, dear. Oh, well, thanks for that. I won't bother then. It is 31 quid anyway, so it's not mega cheap, you know. But I was just wondering about Motorfest, the Crew Motorfest, because it's only £12.99, which is a lot cheaper. Can we ban Shane, says Will. Please make a stream of F1 fix. That'll be the best thing on the internet since Hookster versus the Lando bot. Right, that's it. My time has come up now. I'd love to do a stream on Mr. Fix, but unfortunately he has a lot of supporters, so I don't want all the aggro of the comments, because after my last video about the Paddock 43 girls, I got a lot of comments. Yes, a lot of comments. Yes, and a lot of comments because I didn't know that they had an Instagram, which they are quite popular on. They got about 8,000 followers on there, and they actually posted segments of the video that I made, and they actually sent the video to the Australian Prime Minister for some bizarre reason. Maybe because she's female, I don't know, but yes, they actually linked the video to the Australian Prime Minister. I don't know what she was going to make of it, but there you go. And all this, ladies and gentlemen, all this because I dared to say that a woman has got a vagina. Yes, I know, that's all it was about. I dared to say that a woman has got a vagina. There you go. That's what the world has come to. But yes, apart from that, I would love to do a video about Mr. Jimmy Fixit. I really would. I've actually amassed quite a bit of information about him, which debunks a lot of his theories, and a couple of things about him, about bullshit that he's come out with. It's quite funny, actually. It's quite funny. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't, because I'll just get inundated with his 9,000k supporters, Lewis Hamilton fanboys. Unfortunately, Shane can't be banned. YouTube is a soft spot for 2003 DreamWorks films. YouTube didn't exist in 2003. Fixed is more than that. He is batshit insane. He is. I agree. It's the contract, unfortunately. We all know that YouTube was founded in 2005. Fixed definitely is a few chairs missing of a dinner set. Yes, he certainly is, Mr. Healing Trophy. He certainly is. Certainly is. Yes. And the trouble is, if you criticise him, he then goes and makes a video about you. This is why I can't be bothered with it, because I think it was Polish Eddie made a video about him, and on his last video, he's basically done 20 minutes of trying to take the piss out of him. Not very spectacular either, but yeah, that's basically what happens because he's such a revengeful son of a bitch because basically he lost £40,000 and broke up with his ex, and he's very, very bitter about it. Very, very bitter about it, and that's what all this is about. It's nothing to do with Max Verstappen whatsoever. He couldn't give a shit whether Max Verstappen's winning races, not winning races, crashing into people, not crashing. He doesn't give two shits about that. He's just using Max as an example for him to get all the hate he's trying to get out because the law system completely demolished him one day because they said that he wasn't a very honest person. Surprise, surprise. He didn't accept that. He didn't accept that he would, he was a bit conniving, as the judge called him. He didn't accept that. Well, I can't believe that. Really can't. But yeah. And he lost 40 grand and he had to sell a house. I don't know, because he says, after stuff he says is in riddles, you can't understand what he's going on about. And then he sort of puts his own court case in the middle of an Abu Dhabi F1 2021 video that he's making. And you're like, what? Why are you just, I don't know. The bloke's just, as you say, batshit insane. And I do actually feel sorry for him. Actually do feel sorry for him because he's stuck in Groundhog Day. Constantly repeats the same things over and over again. I mean, how many videos has he made about 2021? He has stopped that now, I noticed, but it's even when he's not doing Abu Dhabi 2021, he'll make a video about something else and then he'll fit Abu Dhabi 2021 into the story like 3/4 towards the end for a couple of minutes just to say, oh look, this video's got 2021 in it. He's just batshit crazy. I say Groundhog Day just repeats the same thing over and over and again. Every video he makes reminds me of the Teletubbies because that's what they do in their videos, is that they repeat. But this is for the kids to understand. They repeat the same thing, sometimes 4 or 5 times over and over again. Because when you're little, repetition is how you learn things when you're very, very little. But this is what Fix does all the time. He just constantly repeats the same thing over and over and over and over again, hoping it's going to make a difference. But it won't make any difference. I mean, the best thing I liked was when he sent all those letters with his complaint on it. I mean, the whole of his letters are online if you want to have a look at it. He made a special YouTube channel for it. And in every single paragraph, he's calling the judge a cunt. This one's a cunt. And I'm thinking, seriously, are you expecting any of them to take any notice of that when you've just called them all cunts? I mean, the guy's just and best thing of all, he spent £18 in postage sending that to 5 different people. He sent it also to Jeremy Corbyn. Christ knows why, but yeah, he sent one to Jeremy Corbyn and he sent one to Lady Justice or whatever. I don't know. I get lost in the narrative that he comes out with. £18 in postage he spent, and they must have got really confused that it was actually written out or typed out, that it wasn't in crayon. Then they would have known it was done by a 5-year-old because the words he was using in there was the kind of stuff used a 5-year-old. He goes down as, and this is an official court term, a meddling nuisance. That's what they call people like Fixed. He's a meddling nuisance, which means he has no connection to the case whatsoever. He's got no connection to Crashgate or the Felipe Massa case. He just thinks he has. And so he starts, and even though this whole submission about Crashgate, where he puts all the details in, in the middle of it all, he includes his own case about where he lost the 40 grand. What the hell are you doing putting that in there? Because that's his narrative. He's got to put that in there to try and, because he wants the decision reversed. And still, I know how long it's been now, a couple of years, he still wants the decision reversed. It's not going to get reversed, is it? The court made their decision and that's final. You lost 40 grand. Just stop crying about it and get on with your life, because there's so much more out there than worrying about one stupid race from 2021 and losing £40,000. Yes, just... Okay, I'm going to stop now. This just in, rest in peace, Carl Bush. Yes, imagine meeting him in public. No, Fixed is the short leg part of a table. He died age 41 of an illness. If I saw Fixed in public, it would be the greatest day of my life so far. Yeah, me too. It would be the greatest day of my life. But you're not going to see him because he never shows his face, does he? And there's a reason why he never shows his face. I'm not going to say what that reason is, but it's pretty obvious if you work it out why he never shows his face. Yeah, I'll let you to work that out. Have you heard of the Motorstorm games, Dave? They were developed. Yes, I have heard of them, Shane. Lewis Hamilton shed a tear as Arsenal won a trophy. Fix shed many tears when Max won in 2024. Those clowns were celebrating like school was out for the summer. And the 3 years before, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix got cancelled in 2023 due to a flood in the region. Super clipping has been rather cool, I guess. Pretty knows me lunch. Not quite sure what you're going with there, Shane. It's been dangerous, not cool. Already, anyone remember Metropolis Speed? Yes, I do. On the Dreamcast. It's been in the news recently. I won a Swatch watch in a time trial competition on MSR. MSR morphed into Project Gotham Racing. I do remember that. Fix likes the new race because Max isn't winning. Yes, he does. I bought something different. Yeah, I don't think Super Clipping has been a good thing at all. No. Hookster will be on here till 4 a.m. You love Greta, says the Scissor Sisters. You know what they say? When you really go out of your way to hate someone, you could actually be the other way around. Project Gotham Racing series was made by the same development team who made F1 95 and F1 97 on PS1. Bizarre Creations. Yes, they did. How dare you? The Caledonian Effect. Dave said demonetise. Pretty knows me lunch. Instead of a company, F1 need one person at the head of the sport, not a massive bastard company gets one person, Gordon Ramsay, etc., because I know he's an F1 fan. Yes, you're quite right, Scott. Quite right. Get Jack Nichols. No. Ever wonder what it'd be like to be a pirate, says Shane. I don't know, Shane. I don't think I'd probably be a dirty pirate. Let's put it like that. Yes. And not in the sense of not being clean. Helium Trophy says, Carol Vorderman, huge Green Party supporter. Yes. I can't remember what this chat is. I think it is something to do with politics. She's called it something. I don't know. But I'm in her chat. I don't know whether I'm privileged to be in her chat or whether she's got thousands of people in her chat and I'm just one of them. I don't know. But I am in Carol Vorderman's personal Instagram chat. Whatever it's called. I can't remember because I never read it. But yeah. Thank you, Carol. I'll tell you what. She's still got it. I think she's 67 now, isn't she? But she's still got it. Not really. No, she does not. Who are you talking about? That's probably why they never replaced her, Helium. Heard her opinions off air and thought too much of a threat to the establishment the companies have to protect. You haven't seen her posting on their Instagram account. Motorstorm, really good games on PS3, yes. Absolutely. No one cares about Dommy. No. Pretty Weird Al did a parody of Bad. It was called Fat. Nice. Will F1 gains the dominant force. Pretty nice. I probably would have ended up with a Barry Norman type. Dave loves a good old cougar. Oh, I do. I do love a cougar. Ever had a cocktail, Dave? Yeah, in my youth. Not in the past 20 years, but yeah, I did at one time. We had an Irish language teacher who looked like Holly oh my God. Mr. Helium. Please don't talk about Holly Valance. Well, you can talk about Holly Valance, but yeah. Rest in peace, Ratzenberger, Senna, Gilles Villeneuve, Brabham and Lauda also passed away around this month. Yes, indeed, Mr. Regard. Thank you very much for that. Barry Norman. Pretty knows me. Whoops. Paddock stuff was an almighty time. Helium Trophy says Shane bought 3,000 and back that. Yeah, Shane, are you okay, mate? Are you okay? You're worrying me a little bit now. Shane, are you okay? I think you may have broken. I think you may be broken, Shane. Yes. He's having a technical fault, like Radio Caroline a few days ago. What do you mean Shane Bot was broken down? Will Dave finish the comments before GMT? Probably not. Down with Fixed, yes. Or this morning with Ben Shepherd and Kat Dealey. Careful now. Or Loose Women. Imagine if Abu Dhabi 2021 had Hamilton winning. No one would know who Fixed was. Exactly. Fixed is like Brian Harvey, always going about nonsense. Yes, you're quite correct. Fixed is like a warped record. He really is. Fixed would probably be a huge COVID conspiracy channel instead. Yes, he would. Fix would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Yes, those meddling kids. Felipe Massa was rather solid too. I could think of better things to spend £40,000 on. I want a Dreamcast, says the Scissor Sisters. Well, you can get one. You can get them off eBay. They're not too bad. You can get some pretty decent ones off eBay. In fact, yeah, get yourself a Dreamcast. Why not? You can play Jet Set Radio. Yes, be a skater. Oh, hang on. You could Crazy Taxi. Oh my goodness. Get yourself a Dreamcast and you can play Crazy Taxi. Mind you, you can probably play it on something else, but Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. Nintendo is an epic company. Yes, they are. Me too. I want a Nintendo 64, says Shane. Yes, they're great, Shane. They are. I did play MSI on an emulator. There was a Dreamcast emulator on iOS that I managed to get it to work. Nice. Best thing about Greta Thunberg did was rip the piss out of Andrew Tate. This is true. This is true. Dave is making good progress in the comments. Yeah, Carol's 66. Fair bit of Botox she's had, yes. I want a GameCube, says Shane. I would say bring back Syntec, but MTV isn't a thing anymore. Best thing Shane has said tonight. What's the best thing I've said? There is a channel that has put up clips of Brian Harvey going about nonsense. Is it called F1 Fixed? That you want a GameCube. Top of the Pops 1999 is going to finish on 19th of June. Oh no. Only one episode on the 12th of June for some reason instead of that in the Christmas show. When is 2006 episodes getting aired? I have Crazy Taxi on the PS2, not a patch on the arcade version. Yeah, the Dreamcast was good. A shame it came out at the wrong time. Play F1 World Grand Prix on Dreamcast. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness, I've done it, everyone. I've got to the end. I can't believe it. I've got to the end of the comments. Oh. All right, it's time for the top fan. My voice is going. My voice is going. It's time for the top fans, everyone. If they do get to 2006, they can't show the last episode of, well, that's for some good reason. Regara burgles the whim. I want an OG Xbox, and that's Dave now offended. Yes, I am offended. On the Game Boy, I want to just wonder because you got me curious. Yes, because a hairy blonde man appears on it. Yes. Ice cream headache for Dave. You're right. You're right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's time for the top fans. Oh. No music tonight. I'm just going to go through it because I can't be bothered to find a music track because I'm knackered already. Right, here we go. Here is this week's top fans, and I can exclusively reveal we have 10 people in the top fans tonight. Yes, 10 people in the fans. So, let's go. At number 10, he's a late entry, but he's still there on the board. It's Matthew 7657. Well done. At number 9 tonight it is another late entry. It's Scott Barnes. Well done, Scott. At number 8 of the top fans tonight we have it's Mod 7930. At number 7 this week it is going to be oh no, it's the Scissor Sisters 4369. Number 7. Oh, wowzers. He's doing worse than Lance Stroll right now. At number 6, we have it's Caledonia F1. Well done. Into the top 5. Number 5, we have it's Shane Coburn 2023. Despite all the spamming tonight, Shane's only at number 5. Number 4, we have It's the master of Mirth, Mr. Plainall Pessy 707. Here we go then. Here are the podium positions for tonight's top fans. At number 3. Drum roll, please. It's Helium Trophy with 225 XP, which means in second place tonight it is going to be... It's Will F1, which means the winner of tonight's top fans is Mr. Regara. Oh, the crowd's gone wild. Mr. Regara, look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Look at that. He's won it. He's bloody won it. Fantastic. Well, that's it, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Thanks to all the winners out there. Vattel Plynal. Do you ever do phonies, anyone to the others in the ERL? I have done, yeah. I've done to Joe, but Joe unfortunately has now got 2 kids, so he's rather busy. I've done ones to Dom, but Dom's now got a full-time job. He's now a car salesman in Canada. Yes, he's selling Toyota Camrys to anybody who wants to buy them, really. Yes, and I'll tell you what, he'll do anything for that sale. Seriously, I'm saying he'll do anything for that sale. He really will. Yes, the poor lad, he's training to be a car salesman right now. So I've heard. He's pretty much not had his trousers up all the time he's been in training, basically. Yes, he can't be bothered anymore because there's no point, so he just walks around with his trousers around his ankles. Yes, but that's what happens when you're training. Also another hairy man known as the Hairy Cornflake. Yes, we win. Dave Lee Travis. Fascinating fact, he bought Ed Straker's car from the UFO TV series. Yes, he did. Unfortunately, it did have a fault because it unfortunately let carbon monoxide from the exhaust get into the cabin. Unfortunately, not enough carbon monoxide to actually get rid of Dave Lee Travis, but there you go. And poor Janice Long stood between the pair of them. Yes, poor Janice Long. Do you like to read, Dave? Can't say I do, Shane. I've only ever read one book in my life, and that was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the unabridged version. And I read that from cover to cover, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But after I read it, I thought, well, I don't really need to read anymore because I'm done. So there you go. Helium Trophy, congrats, big result. Caterham 6. Back in a damn title race, kind of. I'll take it. I'm happy with that, says Helium. I'm 5th, yes. Did it like Vettel in 2010. Chase a bit of skirt. Anyway, time to get back to watching the all seasons rubbish now that the playlist is fixed again. I like how you phrased fixed on there as well. I like that. And yes, I apologise. If you ever see anything like that again, just shoot me a message and I will go out of my way to fix it. Even if I'm fast asleep and you say, Hookster, the all seasons playlist is knackered, I will wake up and I will get out of bed and I will instantly go onto YouTube and sort it because that's the kind of guy I am. No, not really. I'd just stay asleep until I woke up and then I'd fix it. Yes. We shall look forward to the Canadian Grand Prix on Sunday. Yes, we will. We're going to win this championship. I'll be watching the Indy 500 instead. I'm going to have to watch a bit of Fix just so I can nail his voice. If only Will can call Norris the worst world champion of all time. Yes, you get the practice in. It's not easy to, it's not difficult, I should say, to get his voice down. It's quite a common voice. Let's put it that way. That's what happens when you put on Canada at the same time as the Indy 500. Yeah, I know. Stupid idea, wasn't that? Stupid idea. Anyway, that's it, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on Another Hookster Talks. You've been awesome as always. For me and Mr. There he is, TB the Bear, number 1, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, God. I've got to do something first, TB. I know, it's in the rules. Otherwise, they're all going to get upset and then they're going to unsubscribe and then I'm going to have to see if I can win them back with my irrefutable charm. So let's just get on with it, shall we? Yeah, I'm sorry, TB. I'm sorry. You've got to get naked again. Yeah. It's that Will. He's a very funny fella. You know, I think it's a Yorkshire thing, to be honest. I think it's a Yorkshire thing. But we've got to get TB naked. Here we go. Just get your little arms out of your shirt here, TB. Here we go. Da 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 da. He's the worst stripper on the planet. He really. Da 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 da. Who would have thought at 57 years old I'd be sitting here streaming live on YouTube pulling a shirt off a toy bear? I'm sure when I was younger I didn't have that in my world plan, you know. I'm sure. Hang on, I've got my world plan right here. Yeah, I always write it down so I knew what I'd be doing in life. Age 18. Here we go. Apply for job in the Royal Air Force. Oh. That didn't work very well, did it? Age 18 and a half. Apply for a job as a train driver. Oh. That didn't work very well either, did it? Age 20. Can't find any other employment, so ended up working in a wine warehouse, shifting heavy crates of booze for 20 odd years. Oh. That didn't go well either, did it? 2014, start a YouTube channel, be more successful than however, have over 1 million subscribers and earn huge amounts of... Don't bother putting a life plan down. It's, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Just, it's not worth it. No. Anyway. This is going on forever. You're right. TVM will start in a minute. Oh, there he goes. Don't forget, throw it at the camera, TB. That's how they do it in the movies. Yeah, that's how they do it in porn. There you go. TB's naked. TB's naked. Look at him. He's all excited now. Look. He's all right. His trousers are still on, but we won't worry about that. He's top naked. There you go. Just for you, Will. Top naked TB. God, the things I do. Honestly. Norris, TB naked, TB wearing his Ponting shirt. Oh Christ. Will show up back to this. TB the bear, obviously no Indy 500 slander allowed on YouTube. Could be worse, you could wear a dinner suit and just watch TV all day. This is true. True helium. Shame I've got no love for it myself. Orange on top the same way Norris will be at the end of 2026. TB is getting a bit heavy. He sure is. Anyway, thanks so much for watching everyone. You've been awesome as always. And I've got to... That isn't 5 minutes to 12, is it? Oh my God. It is 5 minutes to 12. Thank you, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And I'll catch you in the next one. Good night.